My name is Roarke Baldwin. I'm the process improvement engineer at Midwest Materials. I'm responsible for making and implementing policies that will benefit our company. And Midwest Materials is known for manufacturing sheet finished steel products for customers. We were losing something like $1 million a year in downtime for lost production. So I pulled all the data for 2019 in December and said, look, you guys left $1 million on the table because of maintenance, not because of anything else, just maintenance related activities. Tack on to that, we had another like $250,000 in overtime for our maintenance department because we were waiting until things broke and then we would make the guys stay for a 12-hour day to try to catch up. And everything was reactive and painful. So we spent 2 months evaluating different systems. And I think what came across to us right away with Limble is that we wanted something that was easy to use, but could still help us to achieve the goals. So during the course of that evaluation, we said, look, it meets everything we needed to do. It's going to give us parts inventory management. It's going to help us to organize our assets. It's going to help us to keep logs and inventory so that we're not trying to manage everything by email. And I said, oh, by the way, it's got room for us to grow so we can incorporate predictive maintenance when we're ready for it. It's going to give us the ability to integrate purchasing, which was not something that we had started off with. And that has been a godsend to be able to incorporate purchasing directly into our maintenance related activities. And it has really been fantastic. And I would say that more than anything has smoothed so much confusion and just expedited the process, because if there's a question about it, you're automatically getting the email notification. The updates are available in the status. The technicians aren't frustrated because they can see the status of their purchase requests directly from the work order. We're not trying to hunt down email chains back and forth. Everything is tied to the PO. It already tells us through one click on a particular part when the last time we purchased it was, what the last time that we paid for it, which vendor we got it from. So all of that information is just there at our fingertips. I mentioned that Tracy participating, so she is my counterpart on the purchasing side. And it has saved her hours per day. And I don't mean that in jest, like hours every single day that she's not managing the workflow around maintenance related activities for purchasing. And I can't tell you how many times that I've submitted a purchase request and she's come back and said, hey, I looked through Limble and I found that the last time we did this work was a year ago. And the last time we also had to get these 3 or 4 other things. Do you need those? I didn't even know I needed that stuff. Right? And so just having the interconnected data between purchasing, maintenance, and management now has made everything so much smoother. Having the tools to better understand what we need, to analyze it the right way, has shortened the projects. So we're spending less time working on things. We're spending less time waiting for materials to come in so that we can even get started on the project. And I think it's just increased everyone's sense of confidence in our ability to get better, right? We're not addressing the same problems over and over and over again. It's addressing the problem and then they're going away and they're staying gone, which is great. We didn't perform maintenance like we should have for 20 years, right? And so it's been the accumulation of neglect, right? And so, that's one that was really important to me, was reduce how much downtime we were spending in a year. Looking at how much time we spent addressing the same problem over and over again is probably more frustrating than, it's a new issue, it's a new issue, it's a new issue, right? I think everyone kind of understands that things are going to break down eventually. But addressing the same breakdowns over and over and over again was something we never improved until we had access to the tools that Limble provides us. Right? I mean, it's one click that I can click on the asset and say, look, here are all the work orders, and look how many of them it's the same thing. On the same part of the machine over and over again. Let's get the engineers on the phone and ask the questions so that we can come up with real long-term solutions to these problems. So we have been able now to address 2 major issues that have caused customers to complain about the quality of our finished goods and caused maintenance-related downtime on our equipment. And these problems have been going on for at least 9 years. And I think what really distinguished our experience is that I've always had our account manager being able to pick up the phone and call Dan or have the chat directly there in the system, that the resources and the partnership are there. I think that's really what distinguishes the last couple of months from other systems that I've used is that it's a partnership, right? I can pick up the phone and speak to a person and get help. And then I can call and talk to that same person again at some point in the future without having to try to re-explain everything that we're trying to do. I would say that the most important benefit that we've seen from Limble is that everybody is able to work better together as a team. We have the same information, we're able to communicate more effectively, which ultimately helps us all move in the same direction. We're better as an organization and better as a team because of Limble.